Hello, it's me. Did you forget about me? Well, I didn't forget about you, and I didn't forget about me either. It's day 40. Actually, it's really day 45, but the series of things that I've been reading and trying to learn has taken some time to process for me because it's pretty meaty, pardon the pun, but it's really experiencing food, and I feel like these last 10 days with this is experiencing food and not to be afraid of food because I've always felt like food's been the enemy and that I should be afraid of food because food makes me fat. What I am learning is that food doesn't make me fat. I make myself fat with my emotions. I was listening to a commercial on the radio the other day about a rehab center for drug addiction and alcohol, and this particular place advertises that they address the emotional issues of alcoholism and drug abuse because and I thought, that's the thing that I always felt has been missing for me is the emotional side of eating, because we go to these different weight loss places and they tell us how to eat, when to eat, what's good, and doing the biology of combinations of food, or is that the right word, biology? Okay, the scientific way of eating and how to break down calories and everything like that. But nothing ever really addresses the emotional part of eating, and this is what I've been really striving for. And so this is what these last 10 days, and actually it's the last 15 days, but there's been a lot going on in my life. I mean, my in-laws have been sick, and we're, you know, moving our stuff up to Missouri so we can be closer to them, and just a lot of stuff and a lot of challenges. But in spite of all of that, I have been staying spot on with my new way of eating, and I've lost a total of 20 pounds. And I was talking to my husband, and I said, gosh, there's a lot of people that are losing a lot more weight than I am. And he said, but you're doing it right. You're discovering a new way of eating, and you're making it work for you. And you know what? I do feel really good, and I'm sleeping better, and I'm learning how to enjoy food. And that's what the topic is today, is about experiencing food in either social environment, or why do you really get together? Why are you eating when you're in a group? Are you there because of the food, or is it because of the experience of it? When you go to a restaurant, is it the conversation? Is it the ambiance? What is it that makes it so good? And, really, food plays a secondary, maybe third part of the gathering. It's just people gather around food. That's what we do. And so it's learning how to, why we're in a situation, and being able to not overeat when we're in that situation, and but to experience everything that food has to offer, as well as the good ambiance, the good company, the good setting, and in discovering that. And it was ironic that as I've been reading this stuff through the week, I keep concentrating, like pausing when I'm eating, tasting what I'm eating, enjoying and feeling the texture. And today was experiencing, tasting, really tasting food, and that to not be afraid to test with different spices and different flavors and different settings if you want to create like a really romantic dinner, and what does that entail? And as I started thinking about it, I thought, this is why I go wine tasting, because I love to go wine tasting and taste the different properties in the wine. Can you taste the blackberry, or can you get that hint of oak, in that wine? Is it what makes it sweet? What makes it dry? What is those flavors, especially when they give you like a menu about what is in the wine, and then you're able to just kind of roll it over your tongue. And man, I love wine tasting. And so I thought, that's something that I'm going to try with food. And so that's my goal, because I've been pausing as I eat. I've been trying to stretch out my food for 20 minutes, and oh my gosh, trust me, that is a challenge, because it's not always easy, especially when you're trying to make 2 eggs last 20 minutes. Yeah, it's pretty funny. But so that's what I'm going to start concentrating now is experiencing the food and the setting that it is instead of just gobble and go. New term, gobble and go. Not for me anymore because you know what? I used to be that way and I'm not anymore. But here's an experience that I had today when I was at the mall. I had to take my sister-in-law to the airport, the Kansas City airport today. And so there was, I love Kansas City. So I thought, oh, anytime you go to a big city, I mean, some of you probably live in a big city. So, it's everyday news for you going to the mall or going shopping to, I had to go to Whole Foods. I had to check out that stuff over there. And so that's stuff that I'm not always around. So I was really going to enjoy this day. And I ended up having to go to the mall to, for a reason. Um, and so as I was there, I had not eaten anything. So I thought, oh gosh, I'm at the food court. What could I have? And honestly, I haven't had any cravings of, or even thoughts of wanting to cheat, because I feel so good that I don't want to ruin that. And it's been, gosh, almost 2 months since I've had bread and I haven't missed it. And that has been super weakness for me. So I'm at the mall and I'm looking at everybody and I think, gosh, I must be a really old lady because I don't understand how these people can afford to shop at the mall. And I mean, these are people with kids and and all sorts of stuff. And the teenagers that hang out at the mall, I'm just not at the mall. I guess I'm just what you call a little country bumpkin now. So I'm not a city slicker. So these things are kind of foreign to me. And the food mall is one of those things that is especially foreign to me. And I'm trying to figure out what can I eat. And I found this place called Just Chicken. So I thought, good bet. So I went over there and there was this club sandwich. It had chicken, bacon, and cheese, and it was on a Texas style toast. So I go up to the counter and I order it, but I didn't want the bread. And I go, I'd like to have the chicken club sandwich, but I don't want the bread. And they look at me kind of funny and they didn't speak, real good English. And so they go, you don't want bread? And I was like, no, I don't. I don't want bread, and they're like, okay, do you want sauce? I go, sauce would be fine, but I don't want bread. and and so they did, and they grilled it up and it was really good. So I took it with my bottle of water and I sat down. And normally, I eat and go, gobble and go, remember, gobble and go, but I don't do that anymore. And I don't want to eat and drive. And so I had to make the decision that I was going to sit there by myself, and I decided that I was going to sit there and enjoy my food. But I'm not going to pull out my phone. I'm not going to play a game. I'm not going to cruise Facebook or anything like that. I was going to sit there and consciously eat. And that's what I did. Took me 20 minutes. Yay! Victory there. And I'm going to eat my food, my chicken, and with my little salad. I did ask for an extra piece of lettuce, but I didn't get it. But I got my salad, my tomato, and everything. So I kind of made a chicken salad out of it. And it was really good. But I thought, sometimes, when I haven't put much thought into food. I used to get really annoyed with people that would be really picky with how they wanted their food, and I would just think to myself, eat the dang thing, who cares? It's on the menu. Why do you have to have it special? Why do you think you're special? Well, now I know that I'm special and I can order things the way I want it and to enjoy it and get what I need out of it. And I sat there in that mall with my chicken salad, watching all the weird people, and realized that I was probably the weird one. Anyway, it was a really good experience. I did my pause eating, and I really enjoyed the food and the texture and the taste. And I feel like I'm making headway, and I think that this is a really good program that I'm doing. And I've really missed you. I'm sorry. It's just been crazy with a lot of people coming and going. And like I said, with my in-laws sick, they're doing a lot better now. And we'll have our trailer down here tomorrow. And I guess we're going to be in Missouri for a while, at least 6 months, maybe more. We don't know. And anyway, that's what we're doing, and I hope you're doing really good. And I really, really appreciate people that have reached out to find out how I'm doing, what I'm doing, and where am I. And I promised I would be back tonight, and here I am, ready for 41 tomorrow. So wish I was 41 again, but that ship sailed a long time ago. So here we are. Hope you're guys having a great day. And pause when you eat, experience your food, and experiment with taste. Hey, catch you tomorrow. Bye. Thanks.